How much are you worth to your employer? Hi, and welcome to the Law Simplified, the world's largest independent online law school platform. I'm your instructor, Shaveen Bandaranayakan. Over the past several decades and almost half a century, there has been, for the lack of a better term, inflation in terms of academic qualifications. What required only an LLB or a Bachelor of Laws required an LLM over time, and by now, multiplications of those academic qualifications, and in some instances, even a PhD might not be enough, so to speak, for certain types of tasks, or what most people would presume would be insufficient. If you like the type of content that I make on this YouTube channel, do subscribe to the Law Simplified and leave a comment below of what other types of content that you would find helpful in your academic and professional careers. If you are a first, second, or third year law student, I would highly recommend enrolling in the comprehensive online law school platform, complete with theory, tutorial, and workshop lessons based on the actual one-on-ones that I've conducted with first-class law students globally. Now, it's quite difficult to estimate as a law student just coming into the profession, or for that matter, someone who's contemplating into entering it in the first place, what would suffice, so to speak, when it comes to having an edge over your competition. As you might know, there are lesser spaces in terms of supply than there is demand for them. Every single year, more and more law students come out to lesser and lesser fruitful positions. But what most students tend to fail to realize is that it's not really the inflation of academic qualifications that makes it difficult to get their foot in the door, so to speak, into a fairly good golden circle or magic circle law firm, or in terms of an actual employer, but misinterpreting what the firm is actually looking for. There is a distinct difference between knowledge and skill. What you receive in terms of your academic qualification is knowledge. Unfortunately, from the perspective of an employer and the actual profession itself, this is something that is referable. What I mean by that is, as long as you are quite keen in your research, as long as you are well versed in terms of the law, at least from an outline perspective, an employer is more than willing to forego an academic qualification as long as you are able to refer to the right place quickly and in the most timely and efficient manner. This is why I feel that knowledge is a referable commodity. And as a result, it's very difficult to differentiate yourself from someone else purely by virtue of the elevated nature or the level of academic qualification that you have. What is more difficult to achieve, and as a result sought after by employers, is your level, or rather the advanced level of skill that you have in the profession. This is something that you cannot learn from a book. It's something that's honed over time and may take many years for you to come to a point at which you become attractive to an employer. So how is it that you can fast track this process? The simplest way to do so, and this is something that I have said ad nauseum on this very YouTube channel and the different platforms the Law Simplified is disseminated on, is to try and opt for electives in your Bachelor of Laws or any other academic qualification that provides an opportunity to hone those skills. So for example, taking up modules like mooting or law clinics or criminal advocacy or civil litigation for that matter. Things which help you propel yourself above everyone else when it comes to skill. Finding more and more opportunities to try and absorb other practitioners who are good at their craft and learning from that. I have recently uploaded a video in relation to why court visits matter, for example. I'll leave a link to that in the description below, and a card will appear on screen as well. These practical opportunities of exposure mean far more to a law firm and to an employer in the legal fraternity than knowledge alone. Because knowledge is something that's referable, whereas skills are things which are honed over time. So, to recap, between knowledge and skill, a law firm or an employer will always opt for the latter as opposed to the former. Because knowledge is referable. Your employer is more than willing to give you the opportunity to learn, as long as you have a thirst for knowledge and the willingness to go and research and find out what you need to. But skill, that's something that is honed over time. So if you can show throughout your period of study, you have also found opportunities to hone that skill, that will set you apart from the rest. That being said, until the next time that we meet, have fun, stay safe, and as always, obey the law.